Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my Plague Tale Requiem blind playthrough, and Amicia and Lucas are heading down to the docks to find, I almost said a ferryman, but Magister Vaudin says he has a man who has a boat. A little boat captain, if you will.
A curfew has been ordered by the Count of R. All townsfolk stay in your homes.
A patrol.
And we have been tasked with finding him so we can take Hugo
There we are.
out to a special facility.
Remember the locked district?
They wouldn't dare.
Because the macula that's infecting Hugo's body is spreading. As it seems, it will push Hugo over
Control means.
Look,
the next threshold,
it leads to
the final threshold,
We'll move our load to the
which will
docks.
lead to the death of poor
Right where
Hugo.
we're going, isn't it?
those cages on their cart. I think they're bodies from the arena.
So this is where they take them.
Yeah, I'm curious about that arena. Because as I said in a previous episode, I don't think they had some kind of gladiator games
Obviously, all right. We don't need another
in
situation.
France at this time. I might be wrong.
Soldiers.
They could have been bloodthirsty back in those days.
I'll find.
Humanity has... we have a record of being quite bloodthirsty throughout the ages. But I think that was more a thing back in ancient Rome, even though the Romans didn't have some kind of patent on it. I think it has been a big part in all kinds of cultures throughout history.
You asked me to ask Magister Vaudin about the island. The fresco in his lodge.
What did he say?
He said it's just a symbol.
A two-peak symbol, just as in Hugo's dream.
I know. The island. The macula waking up. The order. It's too much.
Glad to hear you say it. It helps me not to feel alone in this.
You're not. I'm here.
I think the good old Magister Vaudin is... I don't know if
Sorry, Amicia.
it might be that he is close-minded, that he truly doesn't believe there is another way to save Hugo, but I think
Right.
it might be that he's just
Remember,
close-minded.
No more killing soldiers.
His books has
No
told
more
him
killing us.
I got it.
that that's the only way,
No kills.
therefore that
No
is the
being
only
spotted.
way.
Let's get this boat.
There's a problem with older people and
We're here.
I think
So where's our
us
boat?
adults
Where
in
do I see
general, we have a tendency to be a
It's still
bit
there.
stuck in our ways.
I hope our pilot is too.
Good
And
point.
if I recall correctly from my last run, yes, here is another flower
looks
to
so
put in
fine.
Amicia's hair.
I'll take it.
And
Hugo.
I said I have the protector
I'm
pack
sure he'll love it.
for this
I'd
game,
like to offer him so much more.
He loves anything that comes from you.
which
I'm not sure he'd agree.
it says at the beginning you get another skin for your crossbow. I have no idea what crossbow they are referring to, because as far as I played on my previous start of recording, I had yet to come across a crossbow. Or at least a crossbow in the ownership of Amicia.
Keep moving. Quiet.
Get off my back. We can't afford to break these jars. The city's running out of time.
And
The city
also,
needs these jars
yes,
intact, so settle
a
down.
second skin
Enough
for
arguing, soldiers.
crossbow.
Move,
That
move.
is to be found later, I guess.
I'd say.
Just leave this place.
An additional tool when you get to your first workbench. And
This lockdown is gonna get them all killed.
I think 10 extra upgrade pieces or something. So, quite minor things. The skin for the potential crossbow, I think, is just cosmetic detail.
Look at that wall.
Yes, they built it in a hurry, and it's blocking our path to the boat.
Let's get closer.
Something I've learned about this game, much like in The Last of Us and Uncharted, And a lot of this style of games, when there's something you're supposed to get to, like the path you're supposed to take, is usually painted in white. Sometimes it can be yellow, depending on the game, if they're feeling a bit
You believe they'll make it this time?
artistic. Let's see. Rock, hand for rock.
I should have gone to see my mother when I could.
Pray. It's all we have left.
And that's not much.
Are you men bloody deaf?
Where the hell is this sound coming from?
What's making that noise?
There's nothing.
Ooh, I almost got spotted.
All clear.
That was a close call. And thinking about it, I'm not sure I was supposed to go up here. Yes. This is not the path. Crap.
Again?
Hmm?
And I'm on my own here. Over here! We've got company!
Oh no!
Ow.
Looks like that's it, but move! That's the best you can do!
I'm dead.
Oh no! No, no, no,
Yeah. Well, I think it's all for the better.
Let's see that gate.
Because going up there was a dead end either way, so I don't want to waste
Helmeted. We'll have to
a knife that I've just picked up.
Way to pass that gate.
What do you think is behind it?
We'll know way too soon.
You believe they'll make it this time?
I believe nothing. I just know bodies keep coming from the city, and we had too many of our own.
I should have gone to see my mother when I could.
Pray. It's all we have left.
And that's not much.
My god, this dude is stone deaf.
What's this sound?
That sound. What's happening?
So there was something in here.
False alarm.
Just a false alarm.
Some saltpeter.
What's that? Get over here! I've got trespassers!
Shit.
Damn it!
Yeah, well.
You! Let's kill the bastards! They climbed up there! Get them!
Where? Oh.
Through here.
Yes.
Will this actually work? It worked.
Lord, it looks like a battlefield.
Prudent skill unlocked. Light footstep. What's this?
I don't know.
Amicia makes less noise when moving, and so is less noticeable by enemies nearby. Well, that seems like a great skill to have. I don't think I managed to unlock that. Because my first run through this place, I was quite... stealth was not my strong point,
It's too late. Don't go any
if I may say so myself.
This is impossible.
There are so many. How? are we going to cross that? That liquid on the ground, it's from their jars.
It smells like tar. If it is, it's highly flammable. Try setting it on fire.
Yes, yes, let's try.
Hey,
There we
didn't
go.
expect that. Neither today.
Careful with those flames.
And I think the tar doesn't burn
Yes.
indefinitely. Hand throw and ignifer, yes.
This is all wrong.
Let's hope Marseille is different.
Wait until the rats invade it.
Amicia, the Order will have special buildings in Marseille. Equipment and people.
People like Voda? How do you think this will end?
Time to talk about these cards. You may have noticed throughout these episodes that I'm struggling with moving them.
It won't go further.
It's because they move as the Warthog
We're getting
vehicle
closer.
did in Halo 1 back on the original Xbox. Is that I cannot swing around
Look safer.
the cart myself. Instead, when I can only push the stick up and down, and when I move the camera, it will move the cart with it. Which you can have opinions on whether that was a good design choice or not. I know where I stand on it.
Let's hope we'll be able to pass.
I am not super impressed. I think it could have been done better.
Let's try through here.
But up to this point, moving carts has never been like a time-sensitive thing, so it's just a minor thing in the grand scheme of things.
Whoa, that smell.
So I'm okay with it. It's
Makes
just,
your head spin.
I think some choices that have been made, and it might be
were
due
here.
to
Look at this.
Lord,
things we unlock later
what is
on.
all this?
A tar workshop. They must use it to seal boat hulls. These
But when
mechanisms
it
are
comes
intact.
to,
It smells
for
different.
instance, menuing the weapon wheel,
This is a mixing pool. That
you
barrel
go
up
into
there
it
must be
with
the diluent.
R1, you
We should
move
move on.
around in it with the right analog stick,
They're following us.
and you switch in
We have
between.
resin. It just needs that diluent up there, and we get tar.
A pool of tar. That could be our way to that door in the back.
That barrel is pretty high, though.
We could find a way to reach it.
Let's see. These ropes make the platform move. Operators climbed on it with that ladder, behind the grating.
We must get over there.
Am I supposed to do something? I can't remember. Right. Yes. You move around the weapon wheel with the right analog stick while holding down R1, and you
Let's get to it.
switch in between Stupefatio and Ignifer and Extinguish and rocks by using
Good. So I handled the reservoir.
the D-pad.
What do you think?
Yes. Go
And-
up that ladder. I'll move the platform closer.
On my way.
It's a decent way of doing things, of course. I'm struggling a little bit with it, even though I have spent quite a few hours in this
Yes.
game at this
Turn it all the
point.
way.
Leave it to me.
I'm still having some problems with it. It doesn't feel super intuitive to me, but
Good.
that's
Hold it
maybe
until I
just
tell
me.
you.
All right.
I'm ready.
I'm letting go. Hang on.
Whoa. Come back to the basins.
Coming.
The diluent. I see. It's alcohol, of course.
Are we ready?
Of course.
Yes. Let's make that tar. Pouring.
Do you know the quantities?
No. I'm improvising.
Please, don't kill us.
Remember that line.
Good. I think you can light it up.
All right.
Let's see what our
Huh,
cars
it's
were.
working!
Yes! Well, that's one step.
What now? I'm stuck.
Wait, I think they experimented with some ingredients here and... Yes, that could work. I'll throw them to you.
Those beasts are really close!
Here, say when you're ready to catch.
Go!
You've got resin and alcohol now. Mix them.
Done!
Perfect. Now throw a pot of tar between those two big basins.
Shit.
Please work!
Let's see what our tar's worth.
Perfect!
Yes! That last
Shit.
pool there is already full of tar.
Coming!
For the love of God. How can I be struggling so much? Well, it's a great illustration of my point.
Stuff works miracles.
Anyway,
That I am not
thank you.
friends
No need for that.
with certain aspects of these controls, even though I have at this point spent a few hours with them. But that's how it is, with just some control schemes don't get along.
Please have something useful.
So, now where was I supposed to go afterwards? Ah, over there. You can see it, the door over by the staircase. Even though this is still one of the sections I have played through before, it's amazing how quickly you forget things.
Our boat should be straight ahead, right?
Don't be too sure about that.
Listen, Amicia. About Hugo. I was stuck between Magister Vaudin and your mother, and I have no excuse.
I find it
It's
quite
just-
chilling how calm
I wasn't prepared. I can't.
Mother Darun,
I can't.
whatever her name is,
We will.
can't remember, how calm she is facing the fact that her youngest child is dying. And okay, Hugo is like 5 or 6 years old, so she's probably had she hasn't had time to grow that attached to him. No, that's a cynical and cruel thing to say.
Look,
But
over there. Joseph's ship. We're quite close.
Yes, let's go. Oh, they're here. It's infested down there.
Wait, look.
it's one of those things that feels
And a barrel of diluent over there. They were making more tar here.
Let's use it to open a way to our boat then.
Yes. Back to making tar.
What a day.
so. What was I
Let's
supposed?
see what you do.
It controls the footbridge.
We need that thing here.
Right. So we take our sling.
Who are you?
We're just crossing.
What do you want? I'll be stuck down. I didn't expect that. Wait a moment.
He seems reasonable.
He's scared.
Good for us then.
Here's your diluent.
Thank you.
He doesn't seem to know about our escape.
Or he just hasn't figured it out yet.
There we go. Can't I? Okay.
And here we go again.
They don't like fire, right?
Yes.
Good. So how are you gonna light that up?
We have ways.
I don't see any torches around.
Just wait.
Now we can use the ignifer. match.
Basic alchemy.
Alchemy. Good. Now there are two basins ahead.
Let's get to it then.
Amicia, you should get on that footbridge to manage the diluent. I'll handle the crank to get it moving.
All right. I'll tell you when I need you.
Okay.
Lucas, that's up to you.
Agreed.
Because he said that you need to be pretty exact with this. Or he doesn't know any of the proportions, he's just improvising. So the proportions for this thing seem to be
You're passing over the basins.
All right, let go.
Straight away.
like whatever you
It's in
feel like.
position.
And I don't know, I've never created tar in my life. I've never had the need to do that.
This one too.
Leave it to me.
So it might be that you can more or less just improvise your way through it, but somehow I find that rather hard to believe. So it's another one of those wonderful moments of video game logic.
There you go. There's still a boat blocking the way.
This one's yours to lift.
We call
Take care of it, Lucas.
Immediately.
Good teamwork. You're surprisingly efficient for civilians.
We've had to rely on ourselves a lot.
We're almost there. Just fill up that last bait.
Stop now.
Agreed.
and on my first run here,
And done.
Light it up, Amicia.
I know that this episode is going on overtime by now, but I don't want to stop mid puzzle.
Lucas, you can come. The way's clear.
All right.
What is it now?
Amicia, I'm blocked.
No, the light doesn't reach far enough.
There should be a way.
Yes. Just throw tar directly into the fire. It will boost the flames for a while.
That's... Well, yes, that will work.
All right, let's try. Ah, my eyes!
My eyes!
Go now. That tar won't burn for long.
It worked perfectly. Thank you.
That was actually pretty smart.
We may not know alchemy, but we've dealt with our fair share of tar, all right?
We saw the jars. What are you doing with it?
That's confidential.
Ah, right.
I bet it is.
Great.
I'll be damned. You did it.
Because there will be a confrontation in between that guard and us.
I'll try.
And on my first attempt I spared him. Got a trophy for it called Mercy. And I'm thinking that this time I won't.
Time to meet him face to face.
We'll be careful. Who knows what he'd have done if we'd met in the city?
Follow orders.
Because maybe I will get another trophy
No matter
if
what they were.
I don't.
That was good work.
We did it.
I'm lucky you decided to break the law tonight.
We should go now, no?
Yes, we're in a hurry.
Sure. I'll escort you back home.
Actually, we must keep going that way.
Impossible. You're going back home.
Oh, come on.
Let us go. We did our part.
The law is the law.
Let us pass, or you'll regret it.
You're threatening a soldier of the army of Provence?
I am.
Shut up.
Come on, the boat is right there.
Yes.
No trophy today, eh?
Lord,
These people.
I'm done trusting any of them.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm gonna end this episode right here because we are going on overtime. But I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. So until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.